What do you do when you discover your partner's been keeping a secret from you? Maybe you were checking his phone for something innocent but important. Now, whether or not you asked him if you could check his phone or not, that's a whole other video. But you stumble across something you probably should not have. Maybe it was something he hadn't told you yet, or something that was contrary to what he has said in the past. Something he never mentioned before. That's tough, but how you handle it can really determine the future of your relationship. So what do you do? Hi everyone, Mireille Nicole here, relationship coach for women who want to live their best life. I'm all about guiding you towards your happily ever after and helping you tackle the tough stuff in love with grace and wisdom. I record these videos for you because I want you to realize that you have so much more power in your current relationship, marriage, or dating life than you currently think. The reason I'm recording this video today is because I saw a post in a Facebook group where a woman was sharing that she had checked her partner's phone. Now, he had asked her to check his phone. And she noticed while she was in there, she saw that he was having conversations with his ex about money and financial ties that they still had together that he hadn't shared with her. So obviously she was super shocked. She was hurt. She was upset by this. Money is often a sensitive topic in relationships and oftentimes a reason why people split up. So I really wanted to talk about this today and also share what can you do once you discover that your partner has been hiding something from you or not being totally honest with you. I'm not going to talk about how to stop your partner from lying to you or how to get more honesty from your husband. I actually recorded a whole video on this topic, so I'll link to it up here for you to watch next. What we're going to focus on is what do you do when you realize that your partner has been hiding something from you, hasn't told you something yet maybe, or is maybe saying something contrary to what's really going on. Your first instinct might be to become upset, and I totally get that. How could he be doing that? Like, obviously it's going to sound at the beginning like, hello, red flag right there. And chances are you probably want to confront him right away on that because, hey, that's totally unacceptable. And do you know what? Trust me, this used to be my initial reaction also, but over time and learning more relationship skills, I realized that that wasn't the most effective or even loving approach, no matter what the injustice was. It's natural to feel upset or betrayed when your partner is hiding something from you, but how you respond, how you react in this moment is going to make all the difference. So let's talk about that. And by the way, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hey, do me a favor, share it with a friend. First, you'll definitely want to get yourself grounded again and feeling warm and open towards him. Get back to a place of calm. It's crucial to not confront your partner when you're still reeling from the initial shock. To get back to calm, try some deep breathing exercises. Maybe go for a walk. Do whatever it is that gets you back to a place where you feel a lot more grounded and you can clear your mind. Remember, the goal here is to respond thoughtfully, not emotionally. Not react out of anger. This is actually like a key piece of advice that I share with women who work with me all the time. And it is that you want to act or respond, I should say, out of intention, not out of emotion. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be easy. It isn't at all, but it's always the best starting point. Taking this time helps you approach the conversation from a place of wanting to understand rather than from a place of confrontation. Once you get to this point, then you can go back and ask him. Ask him for more information, but you're always going to want to do this by starting with an I statement. The classic I statements. This is actually so important. You want to ask respectfully using I notice statements. So this is all about how you bring up the issue. Of course, you want to bring it up. You don't want to suppress it. You want to find out what's going on, but it's really important the choice of words that you use. So noticing is always one of the softest ways that you can do this. Let's say you notice a text from an unfamiliar girl, right? Instead of accusing and saying, who is she? What is so-and-so doing texting you? Try going about it with, I noticed blank, whatever her name is, texted you. This opens up a dialogue without blame. Do you see the difference? This isn't about calling them out. This is about seeking to understand. And trust me, if you try doing this any other way, chances are he's going to get defensive. And you know what? That's actually a normal human reaction, right? Our first thought is usually, oh my God, red flag. But you know what? Any human being that's still an ego, that hasn't totally awakened or is totally enlightened, is going to be defensive when you approach them without using a soft approach or an I notice statement. They're going to think you're accusing them and they're going to go into battle mode. Again, this isn't easy and it might sound like you're walking on eggshells, but with time and practice, it's going to feel a lot more natural. And you're going to build this habit of just approaching your partner or anyone actually in a way that doesn't imply guilt, shame, or blame or make them defensive right off the bat before you can even have a conversation about what's going on. And finally, the last point I want to share about confronting your partner when you find out he's been hiding something is to listen and to talk very little. When your partner responds, really listen. This isn't the time for interruptions, and you really want to understand what he's going to share with you and what he has to say about the situation. There could be a very good reason why he was keeping that information for a little while, right? There's always an intention behind why people do things, and the more you can be open and receptive, the more information you can get and really determine, hey, is this really a red flag I should be worried about? Or is this an opportunity for us to improve our communication together as a couple? And again, this is not about doing nothing. So after you've heard the response, take some time to really reflect on what you've heard. Is this something that is credible? Is this something that makes sense? Do you feel like you've made progress now that you've talked about it? Is this totally against your values in a relationship? Is this a deal breaker? From an informed place where you're grounded, you are no longer in your emotions, when you've gotten as much information as you can from your partner, then you can really decide, what do you do next? This could mean deciding to work through it as a couple, or like I said, this could be a deal breaker. But at least you're making a decision from an informed place, and you don't have to worry about regretting something or wondering if you should give the person a second chance. You've gotten all the information. You've done everything you can do. You've done your due diligence in love, and you can feel really good about what you decide to do next. Sure, it's your partner's responsibility to be open and honest with you, but it's also your responsibility to make it a receptive and safe environment for him to do so. Did you like this video? You'll also want to know these 3 secrets to creating your dream relationship.